Welcome guys, welcome to lesson 2 of CRT Swing Trade Full Course. Hope you all guys doing well. And I want to make a huge announcement, okay, of the release of these classes. And this class specifically it's about key levels, right? But as you know, we have 7 total classes that will make you a profitable CRT swing trader, right? And for me to release all those 7 lessons, okay, we're gonna make a deal. Because as you know, guys, I don't charge any money, okay, but the release of these classes is gonna depend on you and only on you guys, okay? So we're gonna make a deal, right? We have 7 lessons: lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, lesson 6, and lesson 7. Okay? For me to release every next lesson, you should pay attention here, okay? Because the next lesson release is going to depend all on you, okay? So, lesson 1, it's already passed, and I didn't mention about it because that's cool. It's like the intro of the course. But the lesson 2, for me to release the lesson 3, I want 200 likes and 200 comments, right? The lesson 3, 300 likes and 300 comments. Lesson 4, to release the 5, is the same thing. Okay, comments. Lesson 5, you got it. Okay, likes slash 400, and the next ones, it's going to be like this. And if the lesson 7, okay, hits, let me put this better because this is a huge content I'm gonna release. If this lesson 7 reach 1,000 likes and 1,000 comments, okay, I will release a special entry model, a fractal entry model that can make your profits huge, okay? Like that monstrous risk to reward there sometimes I posted. It's come to this secret strategy, secret entry model that I have. So if the lesson 7, the final lesson, hits 1,000 likes and 1,000 comments, I will release it for you guys. So you have this goal, okay? Lesson 2, I'm gonna release today, 200 likes, 200 comments. I will release lesson 3. Lesson 3 release, 300 likes, 300 comments, release lesson 4, and so on, okay? So there's a team goal right here, likes, because each one of you can only give 1 like, and individual goal, because comments, a lot of you guys can make more than 1 comment, so comments is pretty easy, but the team goals, okay, should be reached, right? So said that, we have those goals for the release of the sessions. So let's dive into the content because it's what matters the most right here. Okay, so the content here is key levels. And why I'm gonna talk about key levels today? Because key level is the most important basis to do your CRT correctly. Because it doesn't matter if you take like, okay, I have a CRT right here, right? I have a CRT right here. But if you don't have the key level, this shit, it's simply invalid, okay? It doesn't work. If you take some random candles in the chart, it will not work, right? So said that, what is key levels and how we gonna identify key levels? So key levels, we have 3 types of key levels, right? We have the external liquidity key levels, right? We have internal liquidity key levels, and we have time key levels, right? But time key levels for swing trade is not usable as for day trade, right? In day trade, you use a lot of time key levels, time sessions, but in swing trade, it's kind of irrelevant. You don't gonna use it a lot. So we focus on external liquidity and internal liquidity. And I'm going to teach you what is what. So first thing, if you don't know what external liquidity and internal liquidity, I'm going to show you, but I need to draw a little better here. So if you do have this, okay, let me just, okay. What is external liquidity right here? You have 2 points of external liquidity right here, right? And I want you guys to pay attention to this, because every external liquidity needs to be a sweep of liquidity of an old high or old low before, okay? So here we have a point of external liquidity, right? And here we got a point of external liquidity. Why? Because we broke this structure. It will be a lesson of structures, okay? But now it's not this lesson. And the structure case is more for bias as the key levels than the model itself, okay? So you're gonna use as like your GPS, okay? But it's more important you know these key levels, because this is the fundamental, this is the basis of all the things, right? So here we have our external liquidity, right? And what is our internal liquidities? Okay, internal liquidities, you can consider this kind of situation here, because this low didn't swap any lows before, so we got an internal liquidity right here. And in case of you have a fair value gap right here, this dude, it's internal liquidity as well. Okay, so internal liquidities, let's paint this red, okay, and external liquidities is our orange. So basically, external liquidities, old lows. Let me external liquidity equals old lows and old hikes that needs to turtle soup another high or another low. Okay? Internal liquidities, it's lows and hikes of the internal leg. Okay, internal leg, this is a leg, right? Impulsion leg, right? So, and fair value gaps. Okay, fair value gaps, it's internal liquidity. So this is all the 3 key levels we're going to have. We're going to have the internal liquidities key level, we're going to have the fair value gap key level, and we're going to have the external liquidity key level, such as old lows and old highs. Okay, so let's see this in practice, right? Because I don't like to just theorize your guys, I like to practice with you. So what is internal liquidity right here? Okay, so let's take this leg, right? First, this leg, we have this and this. Okay, pretty simple. Just right. Okay, what you have in this leg, right? You have the external liquidity right here. Okay, an old low. This is a key level as well, because if you notice, right, this little guy here, okay, turtle soup, this low, and break here. So here we got a key level. Perfect. This is a valid key level right here. Okay, valid key level. And here, what we got? We got the same thing. We got the turtle soup of this key level, and we broke it here, right? So we got a valid key level right here, okay? And we got a valid key level here as well. I just showing you the external liquidity points, okay? Soon we will talk about internal liquidity points, right? And till further notice, this isn't a key level yet. We should consider a more deep retracement right here for consider this one a key level. But in the time we have this, so you can mark all. You can do this exercise on your charts and mark all your key levels, right? You do have a key level right here, okay? Here it's an internal key level, right? Because I'll talk about this soon, but you can see clearly right here you got a impulsion lag, and then you have a retracement, and then you have an impulsion again. So here you have a key level, right? That got respected. So this is internal, right? But external, this is external, right? Turtle soup, this old low, turtle soup here, and creates a high here. Here you got the key level as well, turtle soup. What the fuck? Sorry about that, guys. Turtle soup creates an okay. Internal, external, right here. External, really external, right? External liquidity, right? External liquidity. Well, you get it, right, guys? So let's move for the internal liquidities, right? You have the external liquidity key levels. So you have external liquidity here, have external liquidity here, you have external liquidity here, right? You have external liquidity here. All those things you have, okay? The internal liquidities, as I'm saying, you have the types of impulsion legs, and then you have this internal liquidity right here, right? Or you have fair value gaps. If you have this specific setup right here, it's a high potential trade, okay? Note this, it's a high potential trade because you have two internal liquidities together, right? I love this type of trading. It's a continuation trading that always plays really well, right? So let's dive into and look for some internal liquidities, right? What we have here, oh, by the way, I use in the 4 hour here, but you can use this daily, weekly, 1 hour, 4 hour, whatever. The price is fractal, okay? The price is fractal, so you don't have to worry about this because we will talk about time frames more further, okay? Now it's just example for you guys to understand internal liquidities, right? So in this case, you have impulsion lag right here, right? You have this impulsion lag, and in this impulsion lag right here, what do you have? You have fair value gap right here, okay? Price respected your key level, swept the key level, and continues push higher, okay? So this is the type of key level you want to see, okay? Impulse movement, fair value gap, and then you have the purge of this key level and continue to push higher, right? In the internal, okay, internal liquidities, It's like here you have internal liquidity. Here you have internal liquidity. Better than this one. This is internal liquidity, right? You have impulsion. Sorry, let me take this. You have the impulsion. You have the retracement. You have the impulsion, right? If you purge this, purge the internal key level, and continue to push higher, right? So this is an internal liquidity point, as this is an internal liquidity point, right? I'm just picking random liquidity points right here, okay? Later on, you learn to put this on context to get aligned with your bias and with your intention, the market intention, right? And then you're gonna align those key levels with all the things, and then you're going to able to take the best trades, okay? If you ask me, this is internal? Of course it is. It's internal liquidity as well, okay? You have a fair value gap right here, of course, right? And this internal liquidity as well. So you can see a lot of key levels, right? But you need to be able to identify, and that's you're gonna learn in the next lessons, okay? How to pick the best key levels and confluence with your bias, your major bias, right? You can do in the daily as well to help you guys, right? So you have like here, you have external point, you have internal point, right? Internal point. Until it's break here, it's internal, right? This is internal because they didn't swap any old high. Internal because they didn't swap any old high. Here, swap an old high, okay? But didn't break here. So not external. If the price comes down here, right, and break like this, it's going to be external, such as this moment here, okay? If price comes and break right here, it's going to be external, okay? So I think you guys get it, right? And internal liquidities, this kind of here, you got a fair value gap, right? So further, this is internal. This is the internal liquidity, okay? Internal liquidity right here. Internal liquidity. You have more fair value gaps here, okay? It's all key levels, all potential short zones, okay? All potential zones. It means you should trade this? No, just you have the enough confluences to trade it, okay? The price just getting here doesn't mean nothing without the other confluences. But look at this. This seems random to you. You have internal liquidity here, right? You have another internal liquidity, and then you have up close the candle right here, this guy, right? This rings a bell of anything, right? Right here. But I'm not gonna discuss this in this class. All right? So if you don't see the lesson number 1, I suggest you see the lesson number 1. It will appear for you right away in the end of this video. And if you're not subscribed, you just subscribe. See you guys till the lesson number 3. And remember, it depends on you, okay? We need 200 comments and 200 likes, right? See you guys. Bye-bye.